There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Hi, Aunt Eller.
Scare me to death. What are you doing around here?
Oh, we're coming singing to you. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy it don't miss a tree. But a old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day.
If I wasn't an old woman, and if you wasn't so young and smart, Alecky, why, I'd marry you and get you to sit around at night and sing to me.
Oh, no, you wouldn't either, because I wouldn't marry you nor none of your kinfolk if I could help it.
Oh, none of my kinfolk, huh?
And you can tell them that, too. All of them, including that niece of yours, Miss Lori Williams. Say, Aunt Eller, if you was to tell me where Lori was at, where would you say she was at?
I wouldn't tell you at all. Fur as I can make out, Lori ain't paying you no heed.
Oh, she don't take me much, huh? But where'd you get such an uppity niece that wouldn't pay no heed to me? Who's the best bronc buster in all this here territory?
You, I bet.
And the best steer roper in 17 counties? Well, me, that's who. And look at here. Well, I'm handsome, ain't I?
Purty as a pitcher.
And curly-headed, ain't I? Oh, and bow-legged from the saddle for God knows how long, ain't I?
Couldn't stop a pig in the road.
Well, then what's wrong with the dang she-mule?
I don't know, but I'm sure certain it ain't you. Who you taking to the box social tonight?
Oh, well, I ain't thought much about it.
Bet you come to ask Lori.
And what if I did?
You asking me too? I'll wear my fascinator.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Oh, I thought you was somebody.
I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
Is this all that's come a-calling? And at already 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning.
Oh, you know it was me before you opened the door.
Oh, no such of a thing.
Oh, you did too. You hear my voice and knowed it was me.
I heard someone a-talking, rumbly along with Aunt Eller, and I heard someone a-singing like a bullfrog in a pond.
Oh, you knowed it was me, so you sat there thinking up something mean to say. Well, I'm a good minded to ask you to the box social.
Even if you did ask me, I wouldn't go with you. Besides, how'd you take me? You ain't bought a new buggy with red wheels on it, have you?
No, I ain't.
And a spanking team with their bridles all a-jingling?
Nope.
Expect me to ride behind old Dunn, I guess. Well, you better ask that old Cummins girl you took such a shine to over across the river.
Oh, if I was to ask you, there'd be a way to take you, Miss Lori Smarty.
Oh, there would.
When I take you out tonight with me, honey, here's the way it's gonna be. You will sit behind a team of snow-white horses in the slickest gig you ever see.
Lambs.
Chicks and ducks and geese better scurry when I take you out in the Surrey. When I take you out in the Surrey with a fringe on top. Watch that fringe and see how it flutters when I drive them high-stepping strutters. Nosy pokes will peek through their shutters and their eyes will pop. The wheels are yeller, the upholstery's brown, the dashboard's genuine leather. With isinglass curtains you can roll right down in case there's a change in the weather. Two white side lights winking and blinking, ain't no finer rig I'm a-thinking. You can keep your rig if you're thinking that I care to swap for that shiny little Surrey with the fringe on the top.
Would you say the fringe was made of silk?
Wouldn't have no other kind but silk.
Has it really got a team of snow-white horses?
One's like snow, the other's more like milk.
So you can tell them apart.
All the world'll fly in a flurry when I take you out in the Surrey. When I take you out in the Surrey with the fringe on top. When we hit that road hell for leather, cats and dogs'll dance in the heather. Birds and frogs'll sing all together and the toads'll hop. The wind'll whistle as we rattle along. The cows'll moo in the clover. The river will ripple out a whispered song and whisper it over and over. Don't you wish you'd go on forever? Don't you wish you'd go on forever? Don't you wish you'd go on forever and you'd never stop for that shiny little Surrey with the fringe on the top?
You'd sure feel like a queen setting up in that carriage.
Only she talked to me so mean a while back, Aunt Eller. Well, I'm a good mind to take her.
Ain't said I was going.
Ain't asked you.
Where'd you get such a rig at? Oh, I bet he went and hired one over in Claremore thinking I'd go with him.
That's all you know about it.
Spent all his money a hiring a rig, and now ain't got nobody to ride in it.
I have to. Did not hire it. I made the whole thing up out of my head.
What? Made it up?
Dashboard and all.
Oh, get off of this place, you! Aunt Eller, make him get himself out of here. Telling me lies.
Well, making up a few purties ain't again a lot. Look out now. Making up a few purties ain't again a lot I ever heard of. Well, don't you wish there was a rig, though? Well, then you could go to the play party. And you could do a hold down till morning if you was in mind to. And then when you was all wore out, I'd just lift you up onto the Surrey, and I'd jump up alongside you. And we'd just point the horses home. Oh, I can just picture the whole thing. I can feel the day getting older, feel a sleepy head near my shoulder, nodding, drooping close to my shoulder till it falls kerplop. The sun is swimming on the rim of a hill, the moon is taking a header, and just as I'm thinking all the earth is still, a lark'll wake up in the meadow. Hush, you bird, my baby's a-sleepin'. Maybe got a dream worth a-keepin'. Whoa, you team, and just keep a-creepin' at a slow clip, clop. Don't you hurry with the Surrey with the fringe on the top.
Only there ain't no such rig. You just said yourself you made the whole thing up.
Oh, well, come on.
Oh, why did you come here with your stories and your lies? Getting me all worked up that way. Talking about the sun swimming on the hill. Like it was so. Oh, who'd want to ride alongside you anyhow?
Why don't you just grab her and kiss her when she acts that way, Curly? She's just aching for you too, I bet.
Oh, I won't even let him speak to me, let alone allow him to kiss me. The bragging, bow-legged, wished he had a sweetheart bum.
She likes you. Quite a lot.
She liked me anymore, she sicked the dogs onto me.
You get the wagon hitched up?
What wagon?
Oh, there's a crowd of folks coming down from Bushyhead for the box social.
Curly said maybe you let us borrow your big wagon to pick him up from the station.
Of course I would if you'd asked me.
Oh, got talking about a lot of other things. I'll go hitch the horses now if you say it's all right.
Yeah, boys! Look what we brought you, Aunt Ella.
Hi, Will.
Hi, Aunt Eller.
What happened at the fair? Did you do any good in the steer roping?
I did pretty good. I won it.
Good boy!
I always knowed you would.
Ain't nobody can sling a rope like our territory boys.
Can't stop but a minute, Aunt Eller. I gotta get over to Ada Annie's. Remember, her pa promised if I could ever get $50 together, I could have her.
$50? Is that what they give you for the prize money?
That's what.
Lands, if Annie's Paul keeps his promise, we'll be dancing at your wedding.
And if he don't keep his promise, I'll steal it from right under his nose, too. I don't want to bring him the present I brung for him, neither. Looky here, fellas, what I got for Ada Annie's Paul. Excuse us, Aunt Eller. What you do is you hold it up to your eye like that, and when you get a good look, you turn it at the top, and the picture changes.
Well, I'm beside Katie.
They call it the Little Wonder.
Silly goats. The hussy? Ought to be ashamed of herself. You too. Now how do you turn the thing so you can see the other picture? Ooh, wait, I'm getting it. I'm a good mind to tell Annie on your...
Please don't, Aunt Eller. She wouldn't understand. Never saw before. I got to Kansas City on a Friday. By Saturday, I learned a thing or two. 'Cause up to then, I didn't have an idea of what the modern world was coming to. I counted 20 gas buggies going by themselves almost every time I took a walk. And then I put my ear to a bell telephone, and a strange woman started in to talk.
What next?
Yeah, what?
What next? Everything's up to date in Kansas City. Well, they gone about as far as they can go. They got a big theater they call the Burlicue. For 50 cents you can see a dandy show.
Girls?
One of the gals was fat and pink and pretty, as round above as she was round below. I could swear that she was padded from her shoulder to her heel. But later in the second act, when she begun to peel, she proved that everything she had was absolutely real. She went about as far as she can go.
Yes, sir, she went about as far as she can go.
Everything's up to date in Kansas City. Well, they gone about as far as they can go. They went and built a skyscraper 7 stories high, about as high as a building ought to grow. Everything's like a dream in Kansas City. Well, it's better than a magic lantern show. You can turn the radiator on whenever you want some heat. With every kind of comfort, every house is all complete. You can walk the privies in the rain and never wet your feet. They've gone about as far as they can go.
Yes, sir, they've gone about as far as they can go. What you doing, Will?
Now, this is a two-step. That's all the rage nowadays. The waltz is out. Oh, but you can't do it alone. Come on, Aunt Eller.
You silly youngin'. And that's about as far as I can go.
Yes, sir, and that's about as far as she can go.
Team's all hit.
Hey, Curly, can't stop to talk. I gotta get over to Ain't No Annie's. I got $50.
Time we got going, boys. Thanks for the use of your wagon, Aunt Ellen. Come on, Curly.
Oh, I'll catch up with you. Aunt Ellen, I gotta know something. Listen, who's the low-down, filthy sneak that Lori's got her camp set for?
You?
Oh, never mind that. And there's plenty of men out there trying to spark her, and, well, surely she leans to one of them. Now, don't she?
Well, there's that fine farmer, Jace Hutchins, just this side of Lone Ellen. Then that old widder man at Claremore makes out he's a doctor or a veterinary.
Well, that's what I thought. Oh, hello, Judd.
Hello yourself.
And then, of course, there's someone near to home that's got her on his mind most of the time, till he don't know a plow from a thrashing machine.
Him?
Yeah, Judd Fry.
Oh, that bullet-colored growling man?
Now, don't say nothing again him. He's the best hired hand I ever had. Just about runs the farm myself. Well, 2 women couldn't do it. You ought to know that.
Will Lori take up with a man like that?
I ain't said she took up with him.
Well, he's around here all the time, ain't he? Lives here.
Out in the smokehouse.
Changed my mind about cleaning the hen house today. Leaving it till tomorrow. Gotta quit early because I'm driving Lori over to the party tonight.
You're driving Lori?
Ask her.
Well, wouldn't it just make your ball? Now, don't forget, Aunt Eller, you and me's got a date together, and if you make up a nice box of lunch, well, maybe I'll bid for it.
How we going, Curly? In that rig you made up? I'll ride a straddle of them lights a winking like lightning bugs.
Now, that there ain't no made-up rig, you hear me? I hired it over at Claremore.
Lands, you did?
Sure did. Pretty one, too. Now, don't you forget supper tonight. When I asked you to pick you up, you put your breeze spots onto you proper so you don't lose them off, you hear me? Well, that's a right smart turnout. The wheels are yeller, the upholstery's brown, the dashboard's genuine leather. With isinglass curtains you can roll right down in case there's a change in the weather. I'll see you before tonight anyways, on the way back from the station. No finer rig, I'm a-thinking you can keep your rig if you're thinking that I care to swap for that shiny little Surrey with the fringe on the top.
Hey, Curly, tell all the girls in Bushyhead to stop by here and freshen up. It's a long way to Skidmore's. That means we'll have a lot of company. Better pack your lunch hamper.
Aunt Eller, don't go to Skidmore's with Curly tonight. If you do, I'll have to ride with Judd all alone.
Well, that's the way you wanted it, ain't it?
No, I did it because Curly was so fresh. But I'm afraid to tell Judd I won't go. He'd do something terrible. He makes me shiver every time he gets close to me. Ever go down to that old smokehouse where he's at?
Plenty of times. Why?
Well, did you see the pictures he's got tacked on the walls?
Yeah, I see them, but don't you pay them no mind.
Oh, something's wrong inside him, Aunt Eller. I hooked my door at night and fastened my windows again it, and the sound of feet are walking up and down outside, under the tree outside my room.
Lori!
Oh, mornings he comes and looks at me out from under his eyebrows like something back in the brush some'eres. Oh, I know what I'm talking about.
You crazy youngin'. Quit acting like a chicken with its head cut off. Persian. Now, who do you reckon that is drove up? Why, it's that old peddler, the one that sold me that egg beater.
And he's got 8080 with him. Will Parker's 8080.
Old peddler. You know what he told me? Told me that egg beater would beat up eggs and wring out dish rags and turn the ice cream freezer and I don't know what all.
Yoo-hoo, 8080.
Hold your horses, peddler man. I want to talk to you. Hi, Noah. Hi yourself. Hello, Lori.
Hello. Will Parker's back from Kansas City. He's looking for you.
Will Parker? I didn't count on him being back so soon.
I can see that. Been riding a piece?
The peddler man's gonna drive me to the box social. I got up sort of a tasty lunch.
Later, when have you took up with the peddler man?
Not yet.
But you're promised to Will, ain't you?
Not what you might say promised. I just told him maybe.
Well, don't you like him no more?
Well, of course I do. There won't never be nobody like Will.
Then what about the peddler man?
There won't never be nobody like him, neither.
Well, which one do you like best?
Whatever one I'm with.
Well, you are a silly.
Now, Laurie, you know they didn't nobody pay me no mind up to this year on account I was scrawny and flat as a beanpole. And then I kind of rounded up a little. and now the boys act different towards me.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, nothing's wrong with it. I like it. I like it so much when a feller starts talking purty to me, I get all shaky inside from horn to hoof. Don't you?
Can't think what you're talking about.
Don't you feel kind of sorry for a feller when he looks like he wants to kiss you?
Well, you can't just go around kissing every man that asked you. Didn't anybody ever tell you that?
Yeah, they told me. It ain't so much a question of not knowing what to do. I know what's right and wrong since I've been 10. I heard a lot of stories and I reckon they're true about how girls are put upon by men. I know I mustn't fall into the pit, but when I'm with a feller, I forget. I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a terrible fix. I always say, come on, let's go, just when I ought to say nix. When a person tries to kiss a girl, I know she ought to give his face a smack. But as soon as someone kisses me, I somehow sorta wanna kiss him back. I'm just a fool when lights are low. I can't be prissy and quaint. I ain't the type that can faint. How can I be what I ain't? I can't say no. What you gonna do when the feller gets flirty and starts to talk purty? What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that your lips are like cherries or roses or berries. What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that you're sweeter and cream and he's gotta have cream or die. What you gonna do when he talks that way? Spin his eye? I'm just a girl who can't say no, can't seem to say it at all. I hate to disappoint a beau when he is paying a call. For a while I act refined and cool, a-settin' on the velveteen settee. Then I think of that old golden rule and do for him what he would do for me. I can't resist a Romeo in a sombrero and chaps. Soon as I sit on their laps, something inside of me snaps. I can't say no. It's like I told you, I get sorry for him.
I wouldn't feel sorry for any man, no matter what.
You silly good-for-nothing old peddler!
Don't you touch me!
I sure feel sorry for poor Allie Hackham right now. Look at the way Aunt Eller's cussing him out.
Allie Hackham? That's his name?
Yeah, it's Persian.
You sure for certain you love him more than you love Will?
Well, I was sure. Now that old Will has to come back. And first thing you know, he'll start talking purty to me again and changing my mind back.
But Will wants to marry you.
So does Allie Hackham.
Did he ask you?
Not directly. But how I know is he said this morning when we was riding in his buggy that he wanted me to drive like that with him to the end of the world. Well, if we only got as far as Catootsy, that'd take the sundown, wouldn't it? And then we'd have to go somewhere and be all night together. And being all night together means he wants a wedding, don't he?
Not to a peddler, it don't.
All right. If the egg beater don't work, I'll give you something just as good.
Just as good? It's gotta be 1,000 million times better.
Oh my, Miss Lori Jibbity Crickets, how high you've grown up. Last time I come through here, you was tiny, like a shrimp, with freckles. And now look at you, a great, big, beautiful lady.
Oh, quit abutting me! If you ain't had yourself any breakfast, go and eat yourself a green apple.
Now listen, Aunt Ella.
I ain't your Aunt Eller. Don't call me Aunt Eller, you little wart. I'm mad at you.
Now, don't you go and be mad at me. Ain't I say I give you a present? Something to wear.
Foot. Got things fur to wear. Wouldn't have it. What is it?
Real silk, made in Persia.
What did I want with an old Persian garter?
Oh, it's awful pretty, Aunt Ella, with bows onto it and all.
I'll try 'em on.
Give me your foot. Oh.
Did you have any idea I was going to let you slide this garter up my limb? Grab onto my petticoats, Lord.
Funny woman. Would have been much worse if I tried to take your garters off.
Yeah, because that'd make her stockings fall down, wouldn't it?
Now give me the other one.
Which one? You mean you want to buy this one to match?
What do you mean, do I want to buy it?
I'll give it to you for 50 cents. 4 bits.
Do you want me to get that egg beater and ram it down your windpipe?
All right, all right. Don't nobody want to buy anything? What about you, Miss Lori? Must be wanting something, a pretty young girl like you.
Me? Of course I want something. Want a buckle made out of shiny silver to fasten on my shoes. Want a dress with lace. Want perfume. Want to be pretty. Want to smell like a honeysuckle vine.
Give her a cake of soap.
Want things I've heard of, but never had before. A rubber-tired buggy. A cut glass sugar bowl. Want things I can't tell you about. Not just things to look at and hold in your hand, but things to happen to you. Things so nice that if they ever did happen to you, your heart would quit beating and you'd fall down dead.
I have just the thing for you. The elixir of Egypt.
What's that?
Secret formula belonged to Pharaoh's daughter.
Smelling salts.
Yes, but a very special kind of smelling salts. Here, read what it says on the label. Take a deep breath and you see everything clear. That's what Pharaoh's daughter used to do when she had a tough problem to decide. Like what prince to marry, or what dress to wear to a party, or whether or not to cut somebody's head off. She would take a whiff of this.
Fiddlesticks.
I'll take a bottle of that, Mr. Peddler.
Precious stuff.
How much?
2 bits.
Throwing away your money.
Helps you to decide what to do.
Now, can't I show you some purties, you know, with ribbon around the bottom and lace running in and out?
You mean fancy drawers?
Made in Paris.
Well, I never wear that kind myself, but I sure do like to look at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. You ain't going no place.
Bring your trappings inside. Maybe I can find you something to eat and drink.
Well, then ask him, why don't you?
Allie
Yes, baby?
Me and Laurie been having an argument.
About what, baby?
About what you meant when you said that about driving with me to the end of the world.
Well, I didn't exactly mean to the end of the world.
Exactly how far do you want to go?
Oh, maybe as far as, say, Claremore, to the hotel.
What's at the hotel?
In front of the hotel is a veranda. Inside is the lobby, and upstairs, paradise.
I thought they was just bedrooms.
For you and me, baby, paradise.
You see, I knew I was right and Laurie was wrong. You do want to marry me, don't you?
Oh, Ada, Annie. What'd you say?
I said you do want to marry me, don't you? What did you say?
I did not say nothing.
Whoa, Susanna. Hey, Edwina, I'm back.
Oh, foot just went. Hello, Will? That's Will Parker. Promise me you won't fight him.
Why fight? I never saw the man before. I only fight with my friends.
Oh, Edwina. Oh, how my honey bunch has the sweetest little 110 pounds of sugar in the territory.
This is Hallie Hackle.
How are you, Hack? Don't mind the way I talk, it's all right. I'm gonna marry her.
Marry her on purpose?
Well, sure.
No such of a thing.
Well, it's a wonderful thing to be married.
Allie?
I've got a brother in Persia. He's got 6 wives.
6 wives? All at once?
Well, sure. That's how they do in them countries.
Not all the time. I've got another brother in Persia. He only has 1 wife. He's a bachelor.
Look, Will,
Look, Will, nothing. You know what I got for winning first prize at the fair? $50.
Well, that was good. $50.
Catch on? Your pa promised I could marry you if I could ever get $50 together.
That's right, he did.
You know what I done with the money? Spent it all on presents for you.
But if you spend it all, you ain't got the cash.
Oh, what I got is worth more than the cash. The fellow who sold me the stuff told me.
But Will...
I'm saying but Will. Do I get a little kiss? Oh, wait a Annie. You ain't been off my mind since I left. At the fairgrounds even when I was chasing steers, I'd rope one up under the hooves and pull him up sharp and he'd land on his little rump. And then I'd think of you.
Oh, Will, please don't start talking purty.
Seen a lot of beautiful gals in Kansas City. Didn't give one of them a look.
But how could you see him if you didn't give him a look?
Well, what I mean is I didn't look loving at him like I look at you.
Oh, Will, please don't look like that. I can't bear it.
I won't stop looking like this till I get one little old kiss.
What's a little old kiss?
Well, nothing. Less than it's coming from you.
You do talk pretty. No, I won't.
Supposing that I say that your lips are like cherries, or roses, or berries, what you gonna do? Can't you feel my heart palpitating and a bumping, waiting for something nice from you? I gotta get a kiss, and it's gotta be quick, or I'll jump in a creek and die.
What's a girl to say when he talks that way?
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
Hey, Curly, better take the wagon down to the trough and give the team some water.
Oh, right away, Aunt Eller.
Oh, can I come too? I just love to watch the way you handle horses.
That's about all I can handle, I guess.
Oh, I can't believe that, Curly. Not from what I heard about you.
Looks like Curly's took up with that Cummins girl.
Well, what do I care about that?
Come on, boys, better get these hampers out under the trees where it's cool.
Why should a woman who is healthy and strong blubber like a baby if her man goes away, a weeping and a wailing how he's done her wrong? That's one thing you'll never hear me say. Never gonna think that the man I lose is the only man among men. I'll snap my fingers to show I don't care. I'll buy me a brand new dress to wear. I'll scrub my neck and I'll brush my hair and start all over again. Many a new face will please my eye, many a new love will find me. Never have I once looked back to sigh over the romance behind me. Many a new day will dawn before I do. Many a light lad may kiss and fly, a kiss gone by is bygone. Never have I asked an August sky, where has last July gone? Never have I wandered through the rye, wondering where has some guy gone. Many a new day will dawn before I do. Many a new face will please my eye, many a new love will find me. Never have I once looked back to sigh over the romance behind me. Many a new day will dawn before I do. Never have I chased the honeybee who carelessly cajoled me. Somebody else just as sweet as he cheered me and consoled me. Never have I wept into my tea over the deal someone told me. Many a new day will dawn, many a red sun will set, many a blue moon will shine before I do. Will please my heart, many who love will find me. Never have I once looked back to sigh over the romance behind me. Many a new day will dawn before I do. Never I chased a honeybee who carelessly cajoled me. Somebody else just as sweet as he cheered me and consoled me. Never I wept into my tea over the deal someone told me. Many a day will dawn, many a red sun will set, many a blue moon will shine before I die.
Allie Hackham.
Hello, baby.
I sure am sorry to see you so happy. Because what I got to tell you is going to make you miserable. I got to marry Will.
Well, he's a fine fellow. That's sad news for me.
Oh, Allie, don't hide your feelings. I can't stand it. I'd rather have you come right out and say your heart is busted in two.
Are you sure you have to marry Will?
Sure as shooting.
And there's no chance for you to change your mind?
No chance.
All right, then my heart is busted in two.
Oh, Allie, you do make up pretty things to say.
That's you, ain't it?
Hello, Paul. What you been shooting?
Rabbits? That you want to hear about Will Parker getting $50?
That's right, Paul. He wants to hold you to your promise.
Too bad. Still, no, can't go back on my word.
See you, Allie Hackham.
I advise you to get that money off of him before he loses it all. Stick it in your stocking or corset where he can't get at it. Or can he?
But, Paul, he ain't exactly kept it. He spent it all on presents.
See what I tell you, now we can't have you. I said it had to be $50 cash.
But Mr. Carnes, is that fair?
Who the hell are you?
This is Allie Hackham.
Well, shut your face, or I'll fill you behind so full of buckshot you'll be walking around like a duck for the rest of your life.
Allie, if I don't have to marry Will, maybe your heart don't have to be busted in two like you said.
I did not say that.
Oh, yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Are you trying to make out my daughter be a liar?
No, I'm just making it clear to you what a liar I am if she is telling the truth.
What else you been saying to my daughter?
Oh, an awful lot.
When?
Last night in the moonlight,
Where?
alongside a haystack.
Listen, Mr.
I'm listening. What else you saying to my daughter?
He called me his Persian kitten.
Why'd you call her that?
I do not remember.
Oh, I do. He said I was like a Persian kitten because they was them cats with the soft round tails.
Well, that's enough. In this part of the country, that better be a proposal of marriage.
That's what I thought.
Is that what you think?
Look, Mr. Carnes.
Oh, I'm looking.
I'm no good. I'm a peddler. A peddler travels up and down and all around, and you hardly ever see your daughter no more.
Well, that'd be all right. Take good care of her, son. Take care of my little rosebud.
Oh, Paul, that's
Gertie?
You sure for certain you can bear to let me go, Paul?
You should have missed the card.
Just try to change my mind and see what happens to you.
Ain't it wonderful, Allie? Paul making up our mind for us. He won't change it neither. Once he's given his word that you can have me, well, you got me.
I know I got you.
Mrs. Allie Hackham, the peddler's bride. Wait till I tell the girls.
Hello, Lori.
Just packing your hamper now?
I'm busy.
You've got gooseberry tarts, too. I wonder if they's as light as mine. Mine would like to float away if you blew on them.
I did blow onto one of mine, and it broke into 1,000,000 pieces.
Ain't she funny? Gertie, better come on inside and cool off.
You coming inside with me, Curly?
Oh, not just yet.
Well, don't be too long. And don't forget, when the auction starts tonight, mine's the biggest hamper.
So that's the Cummins girl I heard so much talk of.
Oh, well, you've seen her before, ain't you?
Yeah, but not since she got so old. Never did see anybody get so peaked looking in such a short time.
Yeah, and she says she's only 18. I bet you she's 19.
Well, what you got in your hamper?
It's just some apple jelly and old meat pies. Nothing like what Gertie Cummins has in her basket.
Are you really going to drive to the box social tonight with that Judd feller?
I reckon so. Why?
Oh, well, nothing. It's just everybody seems to expect me to take you.
Well, then maybe it's just as well you ain't. We don't want people talking about us, do we?
Oh, you think people do talk about it?
Oh, you know how they are. Like a swarm of mud wasps. Always got to be talking about something.
Oh, what do you think they're saying? That you're stuck on me?
Most of the talk is that you're stuck on me.
Well, I can't imagine how these ugly rumors start.
Me neither. Why do they think up stories that link my name with yours?
Why do the neighbors gossip all day behind their doors?
I know a way to prove what they say is quite untrue. Here is the gist, a practical list of don'ts for you. Don't throw bouquets at me. Don't please my folks too much. Don't laugh at my jokes too much.
Who laughs at your jokes?
People will say we're in love. Don't sigh and gaze at me. Your sighs are so like mine. Your eyes mustn't glow like mine. People will say we're in love. Don't start collecting things.
Like what?
Give me my rose and my glove. Sweetheart, the suspecting things. People will say we're in love.
Some people claim that you are to blame as much as I. Why do you take the trouble to bake my favorite pie? Granting your wish, I carved our initials on that tree. Just keep a slice of all the advice you give so free. Don't praise my charm too much. Don't look so vain with me. Don't stand in the rain with me. People People will say we're in love. Don't take my arm too much. Don't keep your hand in mine. Your hand feels so grand in mine. People will say we're in love. Don't dance all night with me till the stars fade from above. They'll see it's all right with me. People will say we're in love. Laura, ma'am, don't you think you tell that Judd fellow you'd rather go with me tonight?
Curly, No, I couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't, huh? Well, I think I'll go down to the smokehouse where Judd's at and see what's so elegant about him that ladies want to go to parties with him.
Curly!
What?
Nothing. Your sighs are so like mine. Your eyes mustn't glow like mine.
Got your hamper packed?
Oh, wait, Ella. Yes, nearly.
Like a hanky?
What an old hanky for?
You got a smudge on your cheek, just underneath your eye.
Well, open it, can't you?
Howdy.
What do you want?
Oh, I just got done through my business up at the house. Just thought I'd pay a call. Oh, you got a gun, I see.
Good. It's a Colt 45.
What do you do with it?
Two things.
Oh. Oh. Well, that there picture's on the wall. That's a naked woman, ain't it?
Your eyes don't lie to you.
Ooh, plumb stark naked as a jaybird. Oh, she ain't got a couple of thingamabobs tied onto her.
Shucks, that ain't a thing, what I got here. Look at that top one.
I'll go blind. Oh, that'd give me ideas, that would.
That's a dinger, that is.
Oh, yeah, that sure is a dinger. Well, that's a good-looking rope you got there, Judd. Probably spin nice, too. Oh, you know that Will Parker, he can sure spin a rope. Let's see here. That's a strong hook you got there, Judd. Oh, you could hang yourself on that, Judd.
I could what?
Oh, hang yourself. Oh, it'd be as easy as falling off a log. Oh, fact is, you could use a log or a chair if you'd rather. You stand right about here, see? And put that here around your neck real good first, of course, and tie that up there good. And then you just fall off the log, or the chair, whichever you'd rather fall off of, and then within 5 minutes or less, you'd be as dead as a doornail.
What did you mean by that?
Oh, and then people come to your funeral and sing sad songs.
Yeah?
Yeah, they would. But you never know how people like you till you're dead. Well, you'd probably be laid out in the parlor, you'd be docked out in your best suit with your hair combed down slick and a high starch collar.
Would there be any flowers, do you think?
Oh, sure there would. And palms, too, all around your coffin. Oh, and then the people would gather around, and the men would bare their heads, and the women would sniffle softly. Oh, some probably faint. The ones took a shine to you when you was alive.
What women have took a shine to me?
Oh, lots of women. Only they never come right out and show you how they feel unless you die first.
Yeah, I guess that's so.
Oh, sure it's so. Oh, they sure would sing loud, though, when the singing started. Sing like their hearts would break. Poor Judd is dead, poor Judd Fry is dead. All gather round his coffin now and cry. He had a heart of gold, and he wasn't very old. Oh, why did such a feller have to die? Poor Judd is dead, poor Judd Fry is dead. He's looking oh so peaceful and serene.
And serene.
about to rest with his hands across his chest. His fingernails have never been so clean. And the preacher get up and he'd say, "Folks, we are gathered here today to moan and groan over our brother Judd Fry, who hung himself up by a rope in his smokehouse." Well, then there'd be a weeping and wailing from some of them women. And then he'd say, "Judd Fry was the most misunderstood man in his territory. People used to call him a mean, ugly feller and call him a dirty skunk and an ornery pig stealer. But the folks that really knowed him know that beneath them two dirty shirts he always wore, there beat a heart as big as all outdoors."
As big as all outdoors.
Judd Fry loved his fellow man.
He loved his fellow man.
He loved the birds in the forest and the beasts in the field. And he loved the mice and the vermin in the barn. And he treated the rats like equals, which was right. Oh, he loved all the little children. He loved everything and everybody in the world. Only he never let on. So nobody knowed it. Poor Judd is dead, poor Judd Fry is dead. His friends will weep and wail for miles around.
Miles around.
The daisies in the dell will give out a different smell, because poor Judd is underneath the ground.
Poor Judd is dead, a candle lights his head. He's laying in a coffin made of wood. And folks are feeling sad, 'cause they used to treat him bad. And now they know their friend is gone for good. Poor Judd is dead, a candle lights his head.
He's looking oh so pretty and so nice. It looks like he's asleep. It's a shame that he won't keep. But it's summer and we're running out of ice. Poor Judd, poor Judd. Oh, yes, sir. That's the way it be. Sure be an interesting funeral. I wouldn't like to miss it.
You wouldn't like to miss it, eh? Well, maybe you will. Maybe you'll go first.
Oh, maybe. Let's see. Where'd you work before you came here? Up by Quapaw, wasn't it?
Yes, and before that, over by Tulsa. And that was what they was to me. Both of them. Always making out they was better. Treating me like dirt.
Oh, well, what'd you do? Get even?
Whoever said anything about getting even?
Oh, nobody I can recollect. Just come to my head.
If it ever come to getting even with anybody, I'd know how to do it.
That?
Nah, there's safer ways than that if you use your brains.
Oh.
Remember that fire on the Bartlett farm over by Sweetwater?
Oh, sure do. About 5 years ago. It burned up the father and the mother and the daughter. Terrible accident.
That weren't no accident. The fella told me the hired hand was stuck on the Bartlett girl, and he found her in the hayloft with another feller.
And it was him that burned the place?
Took him weeks to get all the kerosene. Buying it at different times. Feller who told me made out like it happened in Missouri, but I know the whole time it was the Bartlett farm. What a liar he was.
Oh, kind of a murderer too, wasn't he? Yeah. Let's get a little air in here.
You still ain't tell me what business you had here. We ain't got no cattle for sale, no cow ponies. The oat crop is done spoke for.
Well, you sure relieve my mind considerable.
There's only one other thing on this farm you could want, and it better not be that.
Well, that's just what it is.
Better not be. You keep away from her, you hear?
You know, somebody ought to tell Laura what kind of man you are. Fact is, somebody ought to tell you once about yourself.
You better get out of here, Curly.
You know, a fellow wouldn't feel very safe in here with you, Judd, if he didn't know you. But I know you, Judd. In this country, there's two things you can do if you're a man. Live out of doors is one, and live in a hole is the other. I've sit by my horse in the brush and hear a rattlesnake many a time. Rattle, 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 he'd go, scared to death. Somebody coming close to his hole. Somebody gonna step on him. As long as you live in a hole, you gotta have protection. You're scared. You can have muscles like iron, sure, but still be as empty as an empty bladder. Oh, listen, you got things to bomb your hide with. How do you get the way you are anyway, sitting here in this filthy hole?
Curly,
Instead of staying there and doing something, you're crawling and festering. You ought to feel better now. A little hard on the roof, though. Let's see here. I wish you'd let me show you something. You see that knothole over there about as big as a dime? See it winking? I just want to see if I can hit it. Right through the knothole without touching. Slick as a whistle, didn't I? I knowed I could do it. You saw it too, didn't you?
Well, I don't know what all the ruckus is.
Somebody's coming, I expect.
Let's find out. Who fired off a gun? Was that you, Curly? Don't stand there. You let me answer when you're spoke to.
I shot once.
Well, what was you shooting at?
Oh, you see that knothole over there?
I see lots of knotholes.
Oh, well, it was one of them.
Well, ain't you a pair of purty nothings a picking away at knotholes and scaring everyone to death? Or to give you a good Dutch rub and iron some of the craziness out of you. It's all right, nobody hurt. Just a pair of old fools swapping noises.
Mind if I visit with you, gents? It's good to get away from the ladies for a while. Now then, we're all by ourselves. I'd like to show you a few parties. Private knickknacks, special for the menfolk.
I'll see you gentlemen later. I gotta get a surrey I hired for tonight.
Art
Who
postcards.
do you think you've taken to that, Surrey?
Aunt Ellie. Aunt Lori, if she'll come with me.
She won't.
Well, maybe she will.
Lord promised to go with me, and she better not change her mind. She better not!
Now let me show you these straight from Paris.
Don't want none of them things now. Got any frog stickers?
You mean one of them long knives? What would you want with a thing like that?
I don't know, kill a hog or a skunk. It's all the same, ain't it? I'll tell you what I like better than a frog sticker if you got one. Ever hear one of them things you call the little wonder? It's a thing you hold up to your eye to see pictures, only that's not all there is to it. Not quite. You see, it's got a little jigger onto it, and you touch it, and out springs a sharp blade.
On a spring, eh?
You say to a fella, look through this. Then when he's looking, you snap out the blade. It's just above his chest, and bang! Oh! Down you come.
Sounds like a good joke to play on a friend. But I don't handle things like that. Too dangerous. But what I would like to show you is my new stock of postcards.
Don't want none. Sick of them things. I'm gonna get me a real woman.
What would you want with a real woman? I'm having trouble right now all on account of a real woman. They always make trouble. And you say you want one? Why, look at you. You're a man what is free to come and go as you please. You have a nice, cozy little place here. Private, nobody to bother you. Artistic postcards, they don't talk back.
I'm tired of all these pictures of women.
So you're tired of them. So throw them away and buy new ones. You get tired of a real woman, what can you do? Nothing, just keep getting tireder and tireder.
I've made up my mind.
So, you want a real woman. Say, do you happen to know a gal named Edo Annie?
I don't want her.
I don't want her either, but I got her.
Don't want nothing from no peddler. Want real things. What am I doing shut up here like that feller says? A crawling and a festering. What am I doing in this lousy smokehouse? The floor creaks, the door squeaks. There's a field mouse a-nibbling on a broom. And I sat by myself like a cobweb on a shelf, by myself in a lonely room. But when there's a moon in my window and it slants down a beam across my bed, and the shadow of a tree starts a-dancing on the wall, and a dream starts a-dancing in my head, and all of the things that I wish for turn out like I want them to be. And I'm better than that smart Alec Cowhand who thinks he is better than me. And the girl that I want ain't afraid of my arms, and her own soft arms keep me warm. And her long yellow hair falls across my face, just like the rain in a storm. The floor creaks, the door squeaks, and a mouse starts nibbling on the broom. And the sun flicks my eyes, it was all a pack of lies. I'm awake in a lonely room. I ain't gonna dream about her arms no more. I ain't gonna leave her alone. Going outside, get myself a bride, get me a woman to call my own.
Into your house, a dark club man.
Girls, could you go somewhere else and tell fortunes? I gotta be here by myself.
Look, she bought that old smelling salts the peddler tried to sell us.
It ain't smelling salts. It's gonna help make up my mind for me. Look at me take a good whiff now.
That's the camper.
Girls, please go away.
Hey, Lori, is it true you let Judd take a nut instead of Curly?
Tell you better when I think things out clear. I'm starting to see things clearly already.
I can tell you what you want.
Out of your dreams and into his arms you long to fly. You don't need Egyptian smelling salts to tell you why. Out of your dreams and into the hush of falling shadows, the mist is low and the stars are breaking through. Then out of your dreams you go into your dream come true. Make up your mind, Lori, dear. Make up your own story, Lori, dear. Old Pharaoh's daughter won't tell you what to do. Ask your heart, whatever it tells you will be true. Out of my dreams and into your arms I long to fly. I will come when evening comes to a waiting sky. Out of my dreams and into the hush of falling shadows, when the mist is low and stars are breaking through, then out of my dreams I'll go into a dream with you.
Lord, it's time to start for the party.